How's it going, my people? Let's jump right into it. Today's topic of conversation is why I'm going to stay teaching. Oh man, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been seeing a lot of videos about former teachers who've been leaving the field. Tons and tons of teachers who said they're done with it, they're leaving, whether it's because of admin, whether it's because of, being overworked and of course underpaid, whether it's because of the disrespectful students and parents. I get it. I forget this young woman's name, but I was looking at her video today, and she's been teaching for 3 years. And then after 3 years, she called it quits. And if I could give advice to you, what I would say to you is the first 3 years are probably going to be the roughest. The first year is going to be the roughest. I remember my first year like it was yesterday. I was in the Bronx, had no teaching experience. I was a TA for a while, so I thought that I was in the classroom. I understood I was in special ed. I was with, different population. I thought I understood, what it took to be a teacher. But when you're a professional and when you're a teacher assistant, no disrespect to you guys out there, but it's a different environment, a different workload, a different responsibility, a different pressure. When you are in the classroom as the head teacher, it changes the whole narrative. I'm going to be honest with you. So I thought that having that background experience and those years of experience going into it, piece of cake. First time I went into it, again, you're new. You're trying to stick by the books to things that you've learned in the classroom. Yeah, that went out the window the first week. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Again, I was teaching in the Bronx, and I was going in there with, that new teacher. They felt this. They felt it. They smelled that I was a new teacher in there, and I went in there, just with the books. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I wanted to be very professional. Again, you're gonna understand why I'm gonna say this. And they were not feeling it. I was new. Me, book guy, oh yeah, extra nice, yes, trying to, yeah. Let me tell you something. That first year was a disaster. And again, it was a learning curve, and that's all. Anytime I've started a new job as a teacher, the first year has always been the learning curve. And it comes with anything, you do, but the first year was the craziest year. Fights. Disrespect. I had one kid throw a chair. There was a lot of things that was going on. Had meetings with the parents. They're looking at me like, who's this new guy? He doesn't know. They're laughing at me. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Got through it though. Remember, I got through it. Oh man. Pull my hair out. That's why I'm bald now, because of that. I pulled the hair out, didn't know what was going on, right? So, second year. Everything I learned from the first year went into it with a completely different perspective. Boom, had relationships with the kids. And that's one thing I want to point out too. Relationships are key. It takes time to build relationships with these kids, especially kids who are, coming from situations and areas and where they always got to be on their P's and Q's. And who's this new guy coming in thinking he's going to tell me what to do? I don't know you. Listen, man, you could be, and once you develop that relationship, understand, and the kids understand who you are and what you're bringing to the table, and that most importantly, that you care about them, that you want them to succeed, that's when you start to see the shift. Second year, it was real, but much better than the first, right? Made it through, started learning more of the names, relationship with the parents. I'll talk about that third year. Third year, I'm in there. Know the kids. First, second year, know what's going on, know how to proceed, know how to move, know the staff, know the parents. It was much better second. Third year, I'm flowing. Know what to do. Hey, yo, sit down. What? You want to do what? Nah, it's not happening in my class. Yeah, you may have thought that. You was happening doing that before. That ain't happening now. Yeah, what? Get out, Listen, we're going to talk about this. Let's discuss that. Hey, listen. This is very important. Yeah, we're going to talk about things like this. I can understand where it was more of a natural flow. We were in there, right? really, made the change my third year. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the third year for a lot of new teachers, especially if you're teaching students that come from tough backgrounds or your school district is tough, there's a lot of pressure on you. Stay to the script. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Stick to your script, maneuver, do what you have to do, because trust me, in time, you'll be okay. Guarantee you in time, you'll be okay. Did my 3 years there. Then I went back to one of my school that I grew up in. And they would tell me, they were like, yo, listen, we got a bad class. And I'm going there, I'm like, y'all calling this class bad right here? This is your tough class? This is one of the toughest classes in the school, right? Y'all talking about this right here? The things that I've been through, the things that I've seen. This is the toughest class y'all talking about? All right, let's listen. They were calling me the mean teacher. I'm like, the mean teacher? I'm just like, listen, you guys just can't do this crazy stuff that you guys were doing before. I'm not going to let it fly in class. I'm calling it out. You're here to learn. You're here to, take your education seriously, especially with young men. Especially I was harder on the young men because I wanted them to understand, like, you're here for a reason. You're here to get an education. And I know that a lot of times when they say, oh, when, men of color, when they get in teaching, they act different. No, we don't act different. We know how important it is for us to make it. I know how we know how important it is for us to get the education. I know it. So when I see you, especially when you have potential, you think I'm not going to address that? You think I'm not going to sit you down? You think I'm not going to get you on task? Yeah, you're not going to understand it now. In the future, you're going to understand it. You're going to come back and say, you know what? You were right. You only have my best interests at heart, because I actually did. And that's just how it is, So long story short, my advice to you, new teachers out there, first-year teachers, teachers who think that it's hard. It is going to be hard. There's going to be learning curves. It's never going to be, super easy. Stick with it. I did. What is this now? 13 years, 20 years experience, paraprofessional with the, teaching in the classroom. You got this. Don't give up. It's hard. Weekends will change. Especially Sundays. Sundays are the realest because those are planning Sundays. Observations. Take it on the shoulder. You know what? All right, boom. All right, yeah, I got to do this. All right, let me work on this. Oh, you think of this? All right, yeah. I remember when I first got an observation that was like, I'm used to getting good observations. Principal and I, we didn't really, see eye to eye, but I'm like neither here nor there. I'm the special teacher, she'll understand my style, my unorthodox style of teaching, the way when I first got up, I said, oh, what? What's going on here? You want me to do what? And I took it personal. I shouldn't have. Should have taken it like, all right, this is her perspective. Let me see how I can do it. Again, me thinking I know everything. And then that moment also humbled me, because what I realized is that no matter how many years of experience you have, you can always learn something. You can always grow as an educator. And that's what I understood. So no matter what feedback I get, I have a big one coming up on Monday, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. No matter what feedback I get, again, I've been doing this for a long time. But if I hear anything from the principal or admin or anything, you know what? Maybe I need to self-reflect as well, because I'm so used to doing it my way, thinking I know what to do. And hey, maybe you should try this. Or, hey, maybe you should work on that. Try doing this instead of that. Or maybe, your aim should have been a little, not as long. Or maybe you should have done more turn and talks or discussion with the peer assessments. Oh, you know what? Maybe. So again, at the end of the day, just stick to it, man. Stick to it. Listen, if I could do it, anyone can do it. And I'm not just saying that. I'm just, seriously, if I could do it, stick to it. Anyone can do it. It's real. It's hard. It's tough. But as long as you stay true to who you are, remember that these kids need us. They need us. They need someone like you who can change their lives. So don't give up. Don't stop. Keep going. You got this. Trust me. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Peace. Have a good night, my people.